Welcome to Math with Professor V. Here is your latest integral of the day, and this one comes directly from my favorite retired physicist who sends me the loveliest of integrals. So we have the integral from 1 to infinity of e to the x plus x e to the x over x squared times e to the 2x minus 1 dx. So go ahead, pause the video, try it on your own. I had the best time solving it. To start off, I'm actually just going to consider the indefinite integral, evaluate that, and then return to the improper integral that's given to us, and then we can take the limit and whatnot, okay? So we have e to the x plus x e to the x over x squared e to the 2x minus 1 dx. Now, maybe this expression in the numerator kind of pops out at you. Hopefully you realize this is actually the derivative of x e to the x. This is after applying the product rule. And then peeking down into the denominator, what's kind of screaming at me is that we've got this x squared and e to the 2x, which you could rewrite as x e to the x quantity squared. So then since up here I have the derivative of x e to the x, and then I have x e to the x squared in the denominator, that seems like the most natural choice for a u substitution. So we're going to let u equal x e to the x, and then du is going to be e to the x plus x e to the x dx. Perfect. And then whoosh, there's my du. Lovely, lovely. So then I have integral du over u squared minus 1. Now at this point, a lot of you have memorized what the antiderivative would be. If you haven't, then what you would do is factor and find the partial fraction decomposition. I think if you're a student who's going to be doing quite a bit of math, it's worth memorizing so that you could bypass all of this, but I'll just show you the process anyhow. So we'll factor the denominator 1 over u minus 1 u plus 1 du. And then from here, let's go ahead, let's find the partial fraction decomposition before we proceed with evaluating the integral. So we have 1 over u minus 1, u plus 1. Those are both linear factors, not repeated. So we have a over u minus 1 plus b over u plus 1. Then multiply everything through by u minus 1, u plus 1, clear out the denominators, and we'll have 1 equals a times u plus 1 plus b times u minus 1. And then to solve for a and b, I can just simply let u equal negative 1 and 1. So starting with negative 1, I'll have 1 equals a times 0 plus b times negative 2. So b is negative 1/2. And then if I let u equal positive 1, I have 1 equals 2 times a plus b times 0. So a is going to be positive 1/2. Okay, so now we can go back and rewrite our integral. We have 1/2 over u minus 1 minus 1/2 over u plus 1. Good? Du, of course. Du, of course. Now, a lot of the times I see my students and they do something silly like put this 2 in the bottom. That's only going to make your life worse. Take the constants out, out, out. So I'm going to take the 1/2 all the way out. And then we'll have 1 over u minus 1 minus 1 over u plus 1. Good? See? And then now integrating is a breeze. 1/2, this will be ln absolute value u minus 1 minus ln absolute value u plus 1 plus c. And then I'm going to combine these into a single logarithm. I know I'm going to have to take a limit eventually, and if I leave it like this, I'm just going to have indeterminate forms running around, and we don't want that. ln absolute value, who is u? Let's get this show on the road. X e to the x minus 1 over x e to the x plus 1 plus c. Good? Okay, so back to the original integral. So we had 1 to infinity, right? E to the x plus x e to the x over, it was x squared, e to the 2x minus 1 dx. I now have the antiderivative here. So I can just rewrite this as limit t goes to infinity. Remember, we have 1 to t. I'm writing out every little step just so that you have a good example to follow and you don't lose points on your exam. Okay, then I'm just going to plop in now. This is going to be limit t goes to infinity, 1/2 natural log, absolute value, x e to the x minus 1 over x e to the x plus 1. And then all of this is evaluated from 1 to t. Beautiful. Let's take this 1/2 all the way out so it does not bother us while we're trying to focus on evaluating this limit. 1/2 times the limit, t approaches infinity, natural log, absolute value, t e to the t minus 1 over t e to the t plus 1 minus natural log. If I substitute in 1 for x now, I'll have 1 times e to the first minus 1 over 1 times e to the first plus 1. Okay, beautiful. So let's see what's going on here. T is going to infinity. T e to the t is approaching infinity. Minus 1's not doing anything, so this is going to infinity. Same for the denominator. So this argument here in the logarithm is an indeterminate form. So let me work on this limit off to the side. I want to look at what's going on. What's the limit as t approaches infinity? T e to the t minus 1 over t e to the t plus 1. Now you might say, oh, well, it's infinity over infinity. For that indeterminate form, we can apply L'Hopital's rule. Sure, but we don't even need to. You know when you have polynomial over polynomial and you divide by the highest power of x in the denominator, when you have numerator and denominator both approaching infinity, you can do the same here. So you can basically multiply by 1 over t e to the t, top and bottom, and then we'll evaluate the limit in just a matter of moments, and we don't have to do L'Hopital's rule. This is faster. So in the numerator, we'll have 1 minus 1 over t e to the t, and then in the denominator, 1 plus 1 over t e to the t. And we know t e to the t is going to infinity. Constant over infinity goes where, you guys? Very good. Yes, it goes to 0. Very good. So then this is all going to approach 1. Perfect. So the argument here in the logarithm is approaching 1. So that means I have ln of something approaching 1. This is all going to approach 0. Yes, perfect. And then here, this is just a constant. And I have the 1/2 sitting outside, so there's my limit. Let's rewrite it. So we've got negative 1/2 natural log. I don't need absolute value. This is just e minus 1 over e plus 1. And then let's make it so clean. Get rid of the negative. Remember, you can move that, make it the exponent on the argument. And so then this just becomes natural log. Let's leave the 1/2 there, though. How about that? Of e plus 1 over e minus 1. Bravo. Bravo. Did you enjoy that one? I loved it. I thought it was so fabulous. Of course, if you notice some things, you can probably skip some steps that I showed. This limit too, once you kind of get used to the idea of just dividing out by what's growing the fastest, then it shows you that you don't have to always apply L'Hopital's rule. Okay, and good practice as well. I recommend, if you're going to do quite a bit of integrating, where was it? Yeah, memorize the antiderivative. There's a general form. We can talk about it in another video. This is basically a squared. So then there's a correlation with how the partial fraction decomposition always works itself out. So you can save yourself some time, you know? Those are moments of your life you'll never get back. If you need to review any of your other integration techniques or limits or whatnot, then you're in the right place. Check out the playlist that I have on my YouTube channel, Calculus 2 video lectures, 3, etc. And you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Guys, I'm sick. I know. I'm depressed about it. Hopefully, if I just stay in bed and behave, I'll be better tomorrow. But I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll be back sooner than later.